Welcome back to Fired Up with AF podcast. This week I'm joined by a special guest, and we've got Costel from CR Building Group. So we're going to talk about each other's businesses and go into what we do. So Costel, if you could introduce us to yourself and your business, please.
Yeah, my name is Costel. I run CR Group London, which is a group of companies, and we do everything what to do the best construction.
Perfect. I brought Costel in with us today to go through a different side of business rather than my own. So we're going to talk a little bit about kind of Costel's background in business, the areas that he dives into, and the businesses that you have within the group. So if you can start, Costel, by telling us, you're holding head of group is obviously CR Group. What businesses do you have under that?
Yeah, so on that one I got CR Building Contractors Limited, which is actually a construction company, the one I started in the beginning. I got CR Developments in Construction, which is a development company. We're doing our own developments. I got CR Property Investments, which is investment company. So we have private investors. That's the reason we make it in just property investments. We got CR Joinery, which is we're doing all type of joinery. We have the workshop in Saint Alban, which we do all kind of joinery, anything with joinery in a way. We got Bora Cleaning Company, which is cleaning company. We have CR Design recently, which is design, which we opened because we had so many clients asking us. But it's design and build actually everything onto that. We try other companies actually. I'm just questioning myself. So yeah, but the main one are the construction, developments, investments, design, and joinery. They are the main five, which we're running every day with them. The cleaning is on the side because we're just doing maintenance cleaning in a way. But yeah, we are there and we want to grow more and actually have more bigger plans.
Perfect. No, it's great. I mean, you got to have that ambition of growth in yourself, especially having a few companies. I lost count. Was it 6 companies?
Yeah, it's about 7 altogether. Yes.
Yeah. So you got to have some ambition there to be able to do that. So no, hats off to you. So obviously you can pretty much start or complete a project from start to finish.
Yep. So what you do, it's actually onto the construction side. We do even bathroom, kitchens, loft extensions, new builds, conversions. So it's everything actually from the ground up. Doesn't matter how small the job it is, how big it is. We've got 120 people working every day full time, and we are there to deliver the best service in construction, starting from any jobs actually in construction.
Yeah, no, fantastic. So 120 people. How do you manage that?
That's a good question because I'm asking myself every day.
Yeah.
How I manage them. The way I manage them, I just trying to organize everything better. For each project I have it certain things, organize it to communicate in between internal and the staff, but to communicate to the clients, because for me, the communication with the clients is key. And that's one of the things I build actually, the reputation and the quality. And around me, I have people, the team, which is actually helped me to do it. So I've been training people for the last 15 years when I started in construction, more than 17 years actually. But the guys which are with me now, some of them, they're with me for 15 years, even when I opened CR Building before that. So on to that side, how I'm managing them, it's not easy because all of them, they are different characters, different mentality. And whoever it is, saying it's easy to manage people, it's not easy. But I got the office, which, is discussion all the time, but I managed actually to put them to work as a team together. I got the site. On each site, I have a working foreman. On the smaller site, on the bigger site is the site manager and the project manager. So I'm trying to organize as best I can to have the communication, to have the quality control, and to not have contact with all the guys, because before I had contact with all the trades. I knew all of them, and I was, being next to them on site sometime, yeah. But now, believe me, I don't know all of them in a way, yeah, because I'm dealing just with the people in charge, which is the management.
Stops the emotion when something goes wrong in as well, doesn't it?
Yes, in a way, because if a project it is, we need 6, 7 people, 10 people on the project. The management team discussing, they will split the people everywhere. If we need more people, they will hire the people. Before, I'm a soft guy. Soft guy, soft heart in a way, not soft guy, soft heart. I care too much about people, which sometimes it's a weakness. People take advantage of it, and actually many people take advantage of it. I've been helping a lot of people, which is good because God is giving me back. But sometimes it's too much. And the people, they don't know the limits. If you give to them a finger, they will take the whole hand. And for me, I'm still helping people. I could buy a house in London with the money I've been helping people. But it's not about the money because I wasn't thinking about the money, never in a way. Yes, I want to build wealth. I want to build a legacy. I want to build something which people talk about. Yes, he did it. It's inspiration for us and we'll do it. But in a way, it's just about the respect people are offering to you. It's about what, if you help them, what they're going to give you in return in a way. Yeah. And I learned recently, if I'm helping someone or giving something, to don't expect anything in return. And I never expect anything in return from anyone. If I'm helping, whatever I'm doing with open heart, and I'm doing it because I'm feeling to do it. If I don't feel to do it, I'm not going to do it. But I'm doing it because I love it. I want to help people. I want to inspire people. And it's something which is in me. And that's going to make me to feel good, make me to feel proud, and make my family proud, make my people, which are working with me proud as well.
Yeah, it comes back around in circles, doesn't it? Give a little bit out and eventually you do get it back. Not necessarily at the time, but it comes back to good.
Tell you one story. If I go back to the 2010, no, 2009, 2009. Yeah, 2009, when I go back to 2009, I didn't have any money. I've been working like 50 pounds a day. Yeah. And that time when I was freaking up 50 pounds a day, I had a problem, which I needed about 600 pounds. I knew people, they had that 600 pounds because they took it in front of me. I called them, they say, no, I don't have it. That day, I was saying, crying, I'm never going to ask anyone for money. And I'm going to do whatever to take to go where I want to go. What was my vision from when I was a kid. And here I am today, and I never ask for anything. With me, it's like this: I never ask for favors, and I never ask someone for help. If they're coming to offer to help, yes, I'm accepting, but I'm never gonna ask it because I did before, and I was disappointed. Yeah, so that's where we are today, in a way, with that.
Yeah, no, it's a good way around, and great to have that ambition to reach the goals. It gives you something to drive for there, doesn't it?
Yeah, my mind is very clear. I need to keep push forward all the time. And with me, it's like this all the time. If I'm thinking back all the time, if I were to lose everything today, what do I have? I do have the knowledge, I have the experience and everything. And it's nothing. I don't lose anything. All I lose is just money.
Yep.
But money come and go. So for me, it's not about the money anymore. It's about building wealth, which is mean knowledge. Building wealth, improving myself every day to be better. And to leave something to my family and to leave to my daughters, to leave a legacy and to say, Daddy did that. And he's the one actually, which is our hero.
Means a lot more when it comes from your family, especially your kids. If you're doing something for your kids, that gives you the energy when you're stuck in that hole sometimes, when you're kind of up against the wall and the stress is coming through. You look back to the family and you remember why you're doing it. Gives you the kind of fire to get going again sometimes, doesn't it? It's because it's challenging. For me, it's challenging. I can only imagine with 120 people, how the thought process and the strategies that you have in place to be able to manage things is I think the main thing for that really is having those strategies and the correct people below you to be able to manage, isn't it?
Yes, which in a way, I'll tell you later, and I'll tell you exactly what's the strategy and everything I have behind everything. because I want to help people to do the same. That's why I said about inspiration. And if I can help them to build businesses, to jump onto construction, or any business actually, it's not just about construction. The construction is the best I do and the one I love it. But it's not just about the construction, because once you build a business, it doesn't matter, you can build any businesses. It doesn't matter which field it is. It's just about your mindset. If you want to build a business, it's just to have that mindset. So I have that mindset. If you say to me, Costel, that's not possible, I'll show you it's possible and I'll prove you wrong. You don't challenge me on that, because I know I can be. So that's once you have a mentality of a winner, you can't go back and you can't lose on any business. And if you lose something, it's experience. Or if you I'm saying to all my team all the time, guys, do mistakes. Don't regret them. Learn from them. If you don't do mistakes, you don't learn. Because all the time before I let them actually to take decision everything, I was behind them all the time. I was behind them to cover them every time. And I said, all right, but if we're doing wrong, it's all right. I'm going to fix it. We made everything. We're going to fix it. You learn from it. It's just don't be stupid. You do a mistake, you do a second mistake, the third one is stupidity. So that's what I'm saying to all my guys all the time. Do mistakes, learn from them, move on.
It's learning and dealing with them as well, isn't it?
Yes.
We all make the mistakes, but it's one running away, two doing it again, three dealing with it. So
for me, it's like all the time when I'm looking at something, I'm not seeing a problem. I'm seeing the solution for that. And that time for me, maybe I'm overthinking sometimes, because I'm expecting my team and people I work to do the same. And I'm expecting them actually, all right, you see the problem. Don't present me the problem, because I know the problem, I can see it. And I'm going to tell you that's a problem. I'm going to tell you it's a solution for it. So when it comes to me first, now all my team actually know, all the management team know. When they come to me, they're going to say, Costel, you have this problem. They'll come to me and say, Costel, you have this solution, which you think is going to work. So they're never going to say to me it's a problem. When I'm hearing when it's a problem, I'm not listening to them, because they need to think from themselves. Because, people, you can have people working for you all the time, yeah? But all the time I'm treating like this. Guys, you come with me, you work 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, all life, wherever, it doesn't matter. But if you live in 5 years, the knowledge you accumulate with me, you can go to request whatever salary you want, whatever you want to do in life. Yeah, because what I want you to go is not just about the money, is the knowledge you acquired being next to me, which is more important actually than the money in 5 years.
Oh, definitely. You can't buy knowledge.
No.
You can train for it, but you can't buy it.
You can train it, but you have to be the right training in a way, yeah? Because no one is going to give you exactly the path. And no one is going to take you hand by hand to show you exactly. Yes, will be given to you certain things, but then you have to take it away and then just work on it, make it bigger. If you don't do it, nothing is going to happen.
So obviously, going back to your construction side, so the core of your kind of group, what's the scale, what's the size, what's the work involved that you deal with on that?
So onto CR Building Contractors now at the moment, we want to hit 15 million turnover in next year. So 15 million turnover. Then we have on the development side, we have 4 developments at the moment, which 3 of them are on construction. 1 is ready to start. We have another 2 in planning. So it's 6 developments altogether, which we want to deliver it in the next 12 months. Is depending on the one which is coming from the planning hours. All those developments actually is being done with no money from our side. It's actually through our investors, which they got a wealthy return back between 15 and 20% return on their money. So we have now an investor which is actually invest 500,000. We're going to give to him 600,000 back in 12 months, which he's staying in Spain on the beach, and actually is going to have his money working for him, which is going to make 100K a year without him doing anything. So that's what, and we want to get more investors, more in, because there are many opportunities out there. And through our experience, because we can manage the cost through CR Building, we can manage the quality and everything. And because it's a group of companies just based on the construction and everything, then we know exactly we can deliver and we can deliver it to make profit to everyone. Because if we do a project and if we don't make 25 to 30% profit, then it's not worth it for us to do it.
No.
And that's with the CR Building Contractors, the construction company, we're doing projects actually from 50K, which we're still doing it, because we have about 4 small teams which are doing the small jobs, and then we have the bigger teams which are doing the bigger jobs. So the biggest one I have now, it's 4.5 million, and the small one is 50K.
So what's the scope of the 4.5 million? Is that
it's a big, huge house.
just one house?
Yes, just one house, but it's a crazy house, which is going to be in Beaconsfield. It's going to be starting soon. That one, but it's a nice, beautiful house. Yes, we finished another contract now about 4 million, which again was a beautiful house as well. The clients are very happy with the final product and everything, but that's our reputation. That's why we work so hard. Because when you see the clients happy on the end, that's the bigger satisfaction we have.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what we drive our business on is the customer satisfaction.
Yes.
There's no point for our business going into someone's house for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it may be. Obviously, your case can be several months to put all the effort, the stress, the blood, everything else that goes into it sometimes. To not have that satisfaction at the end, it's pointless. There's nothing more you can gain from that apart from the satisfaction to the happiness that brings to the customer. Yeah,
because it's just it's something which you do every day, and that's why you keep pushing forward to see the client satisfaction. And yes, we're doing for money as well, because we need to pay everything. All our staff, overheads, and everything is not going to pay itself.
No.
We need to make money to pay everything. So, clients and everyone need to understand we have certain rates which need to be respected, actually.
So, obviously, with the rates, with the budgets, the margin of percentage that needs to be made on the job to return to the investors, and the general managing of the job, how do you ensure that your jobs stay on budget?
Stay on budget because we're keeping a track. So we have a system in the office which is keeping track of all the expenses. Which the office, our supplier, they're sending automatically the invoice to the office. The office is registering the reference number. So when you look every month on the report, we know exactly how much you spend on the job. And to tell you the truth, it's never happened to overspend. Any developments, any investments we're doing ourselves, it never happened to overspend. We keep it all the time, but the way it is all the time, we make sure we secure the land or the property before it's going to the market, and we make sure we secure it actually under the market value. Which, if you do that, you got money from the day one. So that's all. It's not. We don't. The cost control onto the construction, it's in our control. We know how product to put to look like $1 million, but actually they are not $1 million. Yeah. So we know exactly how to play with the product.
Yeah.
Which is easy for us to do it based on the experience we have it. And I have lovely people behind me, which is helping me to deliver that, which actually they're thinking of everything in details before it's going to the construction.
And that's the thing is having that team behind you to be able to yourself push on and manage the areas of the business in other places that need it and allow your primary focus to be where it's required.
Yeah, no, the team, all the time, the team is very important on any company, any business. Because by yourself, you can't do much. Yes, you do, but you're going to be very overwhelmed. You're going to be burnout. You're going to get you're going to be stuck at some point. So to do that, you need a team behind. Which my team, I have it because I have team on every business. I have it. The best team I have it, which is the most profitable in a way, it's on CR Building because that's which helped me to grow. Yeah, which sometimes they're shouting to me because I'm making some decisions which it's not right maybe, but I'm making it because it's my business in a way. They understand me, they support me, and that we work together and grow together. Because in my team I got people that work with me for 14 years now, 13 years, 8 years, 9 years, which is great to have people along your side, which is not your family or anything. It's mean like something you're doing right. And if I wasn't doing something right, then I'll see they're gonna stay with me that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the recent business we do it's 1 year now actually is the joinery company, which that's why I got a partner there. Which my partner there, it's got 30 years experience on joinery, and the team we create in the workshop now on installation, it's a great team because it's been created with the great people, and the service we're delivering to that, it's the top one. Because what we do, I say, we don't take like to have quantity. Yeah, we do the quality. So when we do wardrobes, or we just look for the quality. We don't want to just deliver 10 wardrobes and have a crap product. We want to deliver 2 wardrobes and have a best product.
Pays for itself there, doesn't it? Use that quality, that attention to detail, that little bit of extra cost sometimes, where it just gives you that finish. It's very key to any project and any job.
Yes, that's right.
So obviously the industry's been through a few changes in the past few years, with prices, with lockdown, with governments, with buildings. Obviously yourself, you're building for investments. You're doing large builds. You also have with the more retail builds of the changes that's made with that. How have you found that, and what do you find is the biggest difficulty that you're facing at the moment?
The bigger difficulty is not find these more projects or anything. The bigger difficulty is to find more good people who want to do the job, people who they want to grow themselves, to get more knowledge. So for me at the moment, the biggest difficulty is actually people in a way. Yeah. I do have the teams I have it today, but to get where I want to get, I need to find more people. And I'm just very particular on people I find as well, because they have to be on a certain criteria. The reason I'm saying that, it's because I like them to take care of the clients. I like them to offer the best service and to be careful on the quality. Yeah, so just this one maybe for any construction company. The way I'm doing all the time, if one of my guys go inside the client, to make sure they're protecting everything in a way, to make sure they leave everything clean, to make sure they are respectful, to make sure they inform the client for anything they find in a way, or inform the office so the the office can discuss with them. And it's hard actually to find people. If you say you're going to be 8 o'clock there, be 8 o'clock there, not 10 past 8, not 8:30, because maybe someone has got something to go to appointment or something. You're going to get in the house, do your job, they will leave. So it's hard to find people which they gonna get to the rules and to be trained in the way we work. That's the only challenge I have it at the moment. It's finding the right people with the right attitude and the right mentality to do the service we offer to our clients.
No, definitely. And it's something I've spoken about previously is the recruitment side of things. I've got 14 staff. You've got 120, so I can imagine the difficulties on finding the right people. But it's the working life of people, of what people was expecting as well, isn't it? And with the reputation of yourself online, it needs to be correct.
Yeah, no, that's you build your business. I built my business from scratch. Yeah. If I go back when I started, I started in construction. I came here in UK with £20 in my pocket. Yeah. I've been sleeping on a mattress onto the living room for about 2-3 months. I've been eating with that £20. Just had the money because it wasn't that much. That's expensive. I had money just for travel, and I make sure I have for a bag of potatoes and a carton of eggs for a week. Yeah. And I've been eating weeks and weeks the same thing. But I wanted to learn more. I wanted to do more. And that's where I started and how I started. But when you see many young people these days, and you see many people actually, they just want everything now. They don't think to work for it. Yeah. To get something, you're going to get it, but you have to work hard for it. Be persistent, continue, be disciplined on that, and just work on it. But if you come, you just work 2 days, you see nothing is coming the way you want it, you say, no, this is not for me because I'm not going to get it. Yeah. No, you have to be there, persistence all the time. To get a business running is going to take a minimum 10 years to get it running properly. To do something for yourself is going to take years. Yeah, you can't just do it over the night and you expect to get the money with someone which is driving a Lamborghini to be the same like him. But people don't understand that. Or if they see you going, short, nice, going to meet clients, they say, oh, but he's just going, with the car to a client. They don't know the work behind that. They just don't know how to judge everyone.
20-hour days and the 7 days a week for the many years that it's been.
Yeah. No one is knowing because, maybe I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, getting home about 9 o'clock in the evening and trying to make time for family as well. But they want to go 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock, go home, relax, drink, and take the money which someone is working 20 hours.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. But,
so with the people, you got to have that right mix coming through the team to ensure that gel's there with everyone. Obviously, the right people is the right skill sets. How have you found the best way to advertise for the people?
Everything all the people I have, I never advertise on social media or anything. Yeah, I do some, but it's not much in there. Yeah, everything is word of mouth, and the people have been working with me before or people I know. So if you know someone which can help me in my business, then you recommend him to me. I'll meet him, discuss everything, and give a month or two period so I can see if we can work together. If we see our vision is aligning, because I don't gonna hire people if I see their vision is not aligning with mine. I don't want to get halfway and I have to say to him, but yeah, it's not working between us, because I hate it. I hate to fire people. Yeah, I'm attaching too much to the people. I'm trying to give to them so many chances, which sometimes it's like a weakness because I'm giving too many chances to people, which is not good. But I love it to give it because I'm trusting, people. You can make them to be how you want them, how you want them to be in a way. So it's not easy to work with people anyway.
No.
Yeah, and the way I'm doing all the time is just if I see two of them arguing or fighting on the project, that's what I do. I put them together to work, and I'm gonna have a discussion. Say, all right, when you learn to work together as a team, then I'm gonna take you to another job or do something else. But at the moment, you working both of you here. So when I see them a week or two, they fighting, they all right, fight there. But then you see them after a week or two, they start to work as a team. So it's just that's the way I'm doing it. And when I have someone new, I'm just putting someone which is over 5 years experience on my company. They know exactly what I'm expecting, because I'm very critical. Actually, all my sites has to be clean. I'm mad about cleanness on the sites because when you have a client visiting without you knowing anything, you need to make sure the client is clean, tidy, and that's me all the time. When another construction company, they don't do that.
Clean site's a happy site.
Oh yes, all the time. But you have an unannounced visit, yeah? You got someone there. When someone is coming there, you need to make sure your site is clean. All your guys have high vest and everything. Yeah, I'm going mad when I'm going to site, but the thing is me, when I'm going to site and notice something which is not right, I'm not saying anything. Just working out, calling the site manager or the foreman or the supervisor or the project manager and saying, all right, that site, I noticed that and that. You got till 5 o'clock to sort it out. And then I'm popping over about 6 o'clock after they're leaving and see how it is there. That's how I do all the time.
They know that you're on their back, so it still gets done.
Oh yes, have to.
So obviously investing into property, investing into land can be challenging. You're confident that you deliver the margins and the budgets you need to. How do you go about identifying the correct land or property to invest on?
I did create my team, which is bringing all the land, because I'm calling my team. It's a team of agents, which I've been building for the last 8 years. The way I build it's I get them to value my house. And when I value my house, I choose 3 of them. That's when I started the 3. I choose 3 of them. Those 3 of them, I said, I want to get into the property. I wanted to get more of the property deal, so anything is coming before it goes to the market. And we can have our own deal. And I did that. So from that point, they call me all the time when I deal it before it's going to the market. We make sure we're going to get it under the market price and everything. And then I go to another agents all the time, which is bringing deal to me. which is on the same situation. So it's just to having a team behind which they can bring you the deals before it's going to the market. When you're running businesses, you don't going to have time actually to stay to Google or to stay to look on Zoopla, Rightmove, wherever is going to be after deals, after properties and everything. You need to have someone. But actually, to be smart, you don't have someone to pay that someone. Yeah, to pay it from, every month payroll. No, you got a team of agents. With those agents, they work on commission. So they're interested to bring it to you all the deals available and the best deal. But they know exactly which deal it is because, they can bring you a bunch of deals. But I'm not interested. They know exactly which deal I'm interested. And they know the deal and they know I'm going to search it because the way it is when the agent is going to bring to me the deal, I got one email to send to my broker, to my solicitors, and to a lot of members of the team, which I'm calling the team, the substrate team. Yeah. Which they'll come back to me and say, Costel, yes, the finance is going to work on this. They're going to come back and say, Costel, yes, there's nothing on this one wrong. Go ahead with it. And the new agent, which is another agent, will come and say, yep, the value, I think this is right to be paid for it. Try this one. So I know exactly before how much you can make of it. Because I'll give you just an example. If you're building a house and it's 600,000, you're going to spend 250 to build it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How much profit do you want to make on it? Yeah. 20%, 25%?
Yeah. I mean, it's always a minimum of 20, really.
Yeah. Let's say 25%. Yeah. So it's 250 plus 150. You'll get up to 400,000. Yeah. So how much are you going to pay for the land? 200. Yeah. But you don't going to pay that 200 because you don't want to pay that 200. Yeah. You're going to go with an offer for about 160, 170 because you know it's going to go up. And just to leave you the solicitor fees in there as well. So that's how you calculate actually the land value or the property value. Or if you're buying a house which is in bad condition, you get the planning, you get for the loft extension, and then you know the end value on that because you're going to check everything.
So you've always got to work backwards.
Yes. And the way I'm working all the time, I'm not doing completion of the properties till I'm getting the planning. Many refurbishment properties I'm doing or extending like extension lofts. On the point I'm just saying to the agents, yes, proceed. The solicitor start the process. I'm going to planning, but I'm going to the planning in a way which I'm doing agreement with the seller. Doing the agreement, you don't going to sell it now. It's going to be proceeding to completion. I'm going to planning. I'll get planning. And when I'm doing the completion, it's going to be the planning as well. Like I'm just completing 2 actually this week, just tomorrow. The planning just came out yesterday. We're doing the completion on Friday, which is that's the way I'm doing it all the time. That's why it's a way safe way in a way.
Yeah.
I'm overthinking sometimes day and night because I'm just not sleeping much.
It takes the pressure away a little bit and stops the land being wrong that you're buying, doesn't it?
Yeah, because for me the end value is like this. All right, if I'm going to take from the bank is going to give me actually 70% loan to value after fees. Let's say 60% everything. Yeah, the bank is going to fund me the build cost, which I do all the time. So how much I need to give to the bank back, plus my private investor, which is going to invest the 25% or 40% on it. Yeah. So altogether, I need to work out about, say, property. The property is 480, but I need to work out on the end value, everything after the construction of 650. So how much I need to sell that property to make the profit? I need to make it to 850 to 900. So on this road, if I'm going to buy this property, is going to get me this return? No or yes. So it's depending what it is. All the time before I'm just looking for all the finance options I have, and I'm looking for the end value. On the end value the way I'm looking is just if I'm going to refinance it, I'm going to cover actually all the expenses. If I don't cover all the expenses, I'm not going to the deal.
No.
Because whatever is left, if you get a buy to let mortgage on it after, you need to make sure you draw all the money you have to pay the bank, the private investors, and everything what you spend on the building away. Whatever is left, it's your profit. But if your profit is left in the property, it's good. Because that property, you're going to have equity in there. It's growing up. And then every month, that property is going to be like a, milking cow. So that's how it's going to be, that property. And keep it there as long as possible. Don't sell it.
Do you have many properties yourself on that side of things then?
Yes, I have.
That's another company. That's another talk for another day.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk numbers. Yes, I am. Yeah.
So how do you differentiate yourself between yourself and other competitors? Obviously, there's a lot of things you do in the background to secure things that we've talked about, but what makes you stand out between other investment companies?
From another investment company, we're going to actually give security to the property and the land to any investors in a way. But we give to the contract we give assurance to all the investors. They'll get the money back. Doesn't matter what's happening with the company, doesn't matter what's happening with me personally, doesn't matter what's happening in a way, they will get all the money back through the contracts, everything. And I'm a guy which whatever is going to happen, everyone which invested in me so far, they're getting the money back. I'll tell you an example. A guy started with me 3 years ago to invest. He started with 100K. Now he got 600K. Just from 100K in 3 years. But he invested. The deal I was doing, because I know that's 100K he started, I was putting deposit to a property. The rest of the money I took it from the bank. I finished that property in 3 months. I put it on the market. It sold in 6 months. And I said to him, I'm going to give you the whole interest for the 1 year. I'm not going to use it, yeah? Then he come back to me and say, no, Costel, because you've been very good, I'll give you 250 now. So he give me 250, say, I'll return to 250, you're going to give me 300. I did another deal, I give it to him 300, he come back saying, no, I'm going to give 500, but you're going to give me 600 now. Which is, because he trusts me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about the trust, yeah. It's not about like what we get better to, how we are better from another, or how it's our competition. In my mind, I don't have competition, yeah, because I know what service I can deliver to the clients.
You are your own competition in terms of what you're offering.
Yeah, because all the time I want more from me. All the time I'm thinking, all right, what's my next step? What I can improve? How I can deliver the best service? And how I can make more money for people.
With your repeat work and doing what you're doing, like you say, you're constantly building that trust. Your book, as it is, of customer base is only going to increase with the money they want to spend with you, and obviously word of mouth between those is going to push that on.
Yes, so my vision, I don't know if you know, but my vision is to build a tower, or to build, so it's going to be even a CR tower, or it's going to be a CR village. So one of those. So now my vision is to do it, but I don't want to do it by myself. I want to have people around me, and the most I want people which they're going to be the investors in a way, because I want them to make money. When we get to that vision, I want everyone to be happy and say, all right, we made quite a lot of money in there.
Well, I can invest on some plumbing for you.
Oh yes, yes, no problem at all. So that's where we're going. I got the big vision, and I just need to follow it.
So where's your block being built to?
Where's
the block being built to?
Not know yet, but it's going to be built. Working on it, because I never like to rush things. I build the companies step by step, everything, and I'm still going to do step by step with everything. So I'm never rushing anything. I don't want to jump now to the tower now this year. I'm thinking about 5 years time, how I can get there and build actually the growth and growing slowly to get there, because I need to get to 10 floor tower. I need to get to 20 floor tower. I'm not going to jump to 50 floor tower. Yeah. I'm not crazy, but I just need to take it step by step, everything.
No, great ambitions, great goals.
Yep.
Do you collaborate with the investors? Do they give you any input, or is it just purely money? So do they, get involved with the project, or is it, there's your money, let's see the return in 12 months' time, thank you?
The only way to collaborate with investors, with the one which they want to collaborate in a way, it's actually by joint ventura, which is joint venture. We have 2 projects now, which is on joint ventura. We're doing 50-50 on that one. They are very involved. One of them, it's a very well-known accountant. It's all about numbers. He know how to get finance and everything. So on that deal, he's doing all the accounting, all the finance and everything. I'm doing all the bits which I know the best construction. I'm making sure we don't spend more than what we have to spend, and I'm making sure when he's bringing the number on the end, it's more than what he's expecting.
Those numbers, I bet, have to be bang on.
They're gonna be higher all the time. So if it's someone which is coming say, I want to be involved in a project, yes, but you have to go with us like a joint venture. We're not gonna accept you to be on fixed return and be with us all the time, because that's not working for us. We can't have you all the time looking for the 10-20%. We're gonna give it to you the money back now, and finish it.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Right. What sustainable design practices do you have in place for your projects? Do you do the full CADs of nothing to finish in terms of the interior designs?
Yeah, so we have many options, because we work with interior designers as well, which is the best one in London. So we work with interior designers as well, which they designing everything, which is easier for us in a way. But then we have about 40% of the projects, which is designed and built by us, which is mean the way we're doing it is very simple for us and make it very simple for the clients. It's we do the planning and everything. Once you do the planning, we put our team inside to design everything. But the way it is, we're going to present each step of like a bathroom. We're going to present each tile is going to be used everything. We'll present options to the client and everything. So we have a blueprint on the back of how we're treating the clients on design side, which we want to offer them, and offering actually the best design we could offer actually, or I don't think so it's anyone which offer the design we offer it, and attention to details we offer, and option to the clients, and the communication we have with the clients. I don't think it's anyone else which is going to offer that. Not going to go in details because that's going to take a lot of time. But I got a team onto the design side, which they're very, very particular on, details, and to keep a very close contact with the clients, because we don't want to put something in production or to give it to the site to start construction when it's not decided. We need to know the millimeters there, how everything is going to be on the end.
Perfect. Costel, on site, do you drink tea or coffee?
Coffee. The reason it is because it's going to make me to concentrate better. And I do drink actually about 2-3 coffee a day. I used to drink with quite a lot of sugar, but now I stopped the sugar. And so coffee is the one I drink all the time, not tea.
Gives you the energy.
Yes, that's right.
Would you prefer an early start or late finish?
That's a good question for me because, it's just because I start early, I finish late. But what I prefer the most is starting early because I'm more productive and I can do more early in the morning than I can do late in the evening.
Best excuse you've heard of for being late to a job?
Best excuse. The best excuse. That's a good one. Whew. I find more, many excuses all the time to the clients. But the best one, just let me to think which one is the best one. I think the best one was an excuse actually in a way, but it's just my guys didn't turn up to the work in the morning. Yeah, so that's the best excuse because I'm supposed to send guys to a job. And then I fucked up because I just had many jobs overlapping. And I was just saying to the client, sorry, the guys didn't turn up to work. And that was all. Yeah.
Too busy.
Yeah.
Worst DIY disaster you've had to fix?
The worst one. The worst one I have to fix in a way, it was when a client called me. And I'll tell you the worst one now, just coming to my mind. It was back on 2011 when I did finish 5 flats. Someone stolen the boiler on the night and they left the water running. And all the ceilings were falling down. So that was the bigger disaster I ever had. No, it was a building in Lambeth Grove, London, which was ground floor, basement flat, ground floor, first, second, and the third actually. Yeah. So they removed the boilers and left the water running. All the ceilings, floor, everything gone.
That was a bit of a shock of the morning.
Yes, it was a shock at 3 o'clock in the morning because the neighbor was calling me and say, Costel, I can hear water next door. I say, no way. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What water? No, you're going to drive to here because I'm looking and I can see water actually. I've been driving there at 4:30 in the morning. When I get there, was water everywhere. And I didn't know how I was just to stop everything. And then I call my guys and I say, oh, we have to sort this one out now. And a day before I was giving the key to the clients. So it just, that was a disaster one, yeah.
No, it sounds very much a disaster.
Yes.
One tool you couldn't live without?
On tool, I couldn't live without.
Hammer, tape measure, drill.
I think I never live out with the tape and the pencil. Those two items was with me all the time. Yeah.
Do anything else with your hands?
Yes.
What's the weirdest thing you found on the job?
Yeah. Client call us to unblock the drainage because say, Costel, finished the drainage is blocked. Yeah. We try to unblock the drainage and I find 3 condoms on the drain. Yeah. So that's one which...
Yeah, bit of embarrassment on blocking that one.
Oh, yeah.
What do you find the best way to end a long day on site?
The best way to end the day long on site? For me personally, it's just when I get to the gate of the site and look back, I'm just proud and give me a good feeling. That's all I care now. Yeah. And yes, if it's a long day, on the end of the day, I give it to my team actually a beer. That's how I do it.
Can never be a pint at the end.
Not a pint.
What do you find the best thing about being a tradesman?
For me, because I like challenges. I think it's challenges all the time because every job is different and every client is different. And I'll say for me, every day, or day to day actually challenges. That's for me the best part. Tea or coffee on site?
Coffee. So I never used to drink tea or coffee for a while. Cut the sugar out, and now I'm on the coffee. So I'm having too many meetings at the minute, so too much coffee is being drank, but without the sugar. So I've maintained myself.
It's good. That's good. What do you prefer, early start or late finish?
Similar to you at the moment. So yeah, doing both, but early start. If we can finish a little bit earlier, then it's nice to have a bit of daytime left in the day. Late finish, sometimes you're ready for bed.
Yeah. What is the best excuse you have heard from being late to a job?
Well, the normal excuse is my alarm didn't go off. The best excuse was when the old company couldn't get hold of someone and they were still actually out on the beer. So I went out the night before and carried on. So yeah, you actually missed the full day. So that wasn't late, that was just missing.
That's a good one. Worst DIY disaster you have had to fix? Yeah.
Seen quite a few DIY disasters. Kitchens, bathrooms, the DIY bathroom, the tiling horrors, the plumbing horrors. The one we've had to fix was a flood from a bathroom.
Yeah.
So yeah, got the bath in, connected everything up. Didn't realise it was then it ended up coming through and blowing the ceiling downstairs. And yeah, the bath had to come out, tiles had to come off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's never a good idea to do the bathroom and kitchen DIY job.
Yeah. One tool you couldn't live without?
So I'm thinking power tool wise, multi-tool was a close option, but I think the impact driver, getting the screws out of the wall sometimes with an impact or without an impact driver,
you couldn't do it.
No. So yeah, I'll take the impact driver on this one.
That's good. What's the weirdest thing you have found on a job?
Quite a few times behind radiators, there's always some hidden surprises. The general ones are dirty knickers, pregnancy tests. So I've seen quite a few pregnancy tests behind radiators and dead animals. So quite often dead mouse or rats under the floor, especially in kind of cellars when you're crawling around on the floor and you look next to you and you just see this kind of tail and head looking at you.
Yeah. No, that's the worst one actually. Yeah.
It's a bit of a jump on that one, then you end up banging your head on the on the floor generally.
What's the worst customer request you have ever had?
One of the most annoying ones, I'd say, well, maybe not the worst, but most annoying is, can you start late? So they want the bathroom done, and they're asking you when the bathroom's going to be done, and is it going to be done within a week, or this time scale, and when can we have a shower? Yeah, we'll make sure it's done for you. All right, yeah, no problem. Can we start at 10?
Yeah, I know that. I can show you a few emails on my
And so it's you've lost half the day there, really. So you're kind of fighting your battles before you start.
Yeah, no, I know that's one. Best way to end a long day on site?
The best way is a nice cold pint. You can't beat a cold pint at the end of a long day. Just cracking a bottle of beer sometimes. Don't even need to be drank. Just that fizz popping on the pop there, and just letting it sit there and look at it. This sometimes is enough for me.
That's good. That's good. What's the best thing about being a tradesman?
It's, for me, every job's different. Regardless, you're going to a different house, not every day, but generally a different location.
Yep.
Monthly, weekly. So you're splitting up the regularity of that, and meeting new people and bouncing off and learning new skills along the way as well. So you'll always be learning something new, meeting someone new, and adapting your skills further than your own wealth. So, Costel, thank you for your time. Thank you for being on this podcast with us today. I hope, obviously, it's been enlightening for the end users who watch this. Been great information for myself. So there's a lot of knowledge here to take away from. So appreciate your time on this. If there's any more questions that you would like to know about Costel's business or my business, anything you want me to bring up in our next podcast, then please hit a comment below this and we'll pick this up. Our contact details for myself and Costel will be in the comments below. So please pick up the phone and give us a hit.
Thank you very much.